Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the My Time podcast. I'm your host, Sunny Mai, and today we are on the 8th episode, and I'm quite embarrassed to need to bring this up, but it took me about 8 episodes to get a female guest on here.
And who called you out?
We don't need to go there, but either way, I couldn't be more honored and thrilled to have my homie Jaz Gosal here. Jaz, welcome on the show, friend. How are you?
Thank you, Sunny, so much for having me. I'm doing
shake my hand.
amazing. Oh! I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really excited. We finally got the opportunity to, make this happen.
Definitely.
And I'm really excited to learn more about your story, your progression so far within Power and, kind of your outlooks on, the market and what you're seeing out there in the marketplace, right? So, starting right off the bat, who is Jaz Gosal? What you do before real estate, what got you into real estate, and how'd you get into Power?
Great question, Sunny. So prior to beginning my real estate career, I was doing social media marketing for various startups. I had this dream of, becoming like a high-level marketing exec. I was very interested at the time in working in like the fashion and cosmetics industry.
Yeah.
So working for different startups in like Irvine and downtown LA, and then I quickly realized that this does not make me happy. I think sometimes when we have the idea of doing something, we think it's going to bring us like a certain level of happiness.
Yeah.
But once you actually start doing it, you're like, oh, like this, like I don't imagine myself doing this for like the next 20 or 30 years.
Yeah.
So honestly, it sounds crazy, but I was having like a midlife crisis at the age of like 24.
Oh, wow. So what didn't you like about the cosmetic and that kind of industry?
It wasn't so much the industry itself.
Okay.
I think it was just the teams that I was working on.
The people? Okay.
Toxic work environments, because they were startups, the companies were not well funded.
Okay.
And there was just this insane amount of pressure to become like an overnight success. So just imagine, working at like a brand new company, there's only maybe like a handful of you, and the CEO wants you to make it like $1 million company overnight.
That's kind of crazy.
It is insane.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is not sustainable, and there was no room for growth. So I was like, okay, I have my degree in marketing.
Yes.
What should I do? I know I want to work with myself. I just don't know what vehicle that is.
Yeah.
So when you ask me how I got into real estate, I'm a believer.
Okay.
So I always tell people that this is my purpose, that this is what I was brought onto this earth to do. And the idea really just fell into my lap. I was driving one day in Rancho Cucamonga, shout out to IE.
Shout out IE.
I was driving in Rancho, and I just saw this new construction, and I saw like all these signs, and I said out loud to myself, I was like, what if I do real estate? So it's like God planted the seed, and let me tell you, once he planted that seed, I just couldn't shake the idea.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't shake the idea, Sunny. I was like, this is what I want to do.
Hell yeah.
So I would be at my 9 to 5 researching how to get my real estate license.
Okay.
On the company's time.
Okay.
And then sure enough, I got licensed. I took my classes. I passed the first time, thank
nice.
God.
Congrats.
And then thank you. And then that's when I took that leap of faith to quit my full-time job and jump into real estate.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. So would you say there were some things in your previous marketing gig that helped translate over to real estate? Would you say so?
I would definitely say so. I think marketing, like for now in real estate, the product is not the house. Right? It's not the opportunity. It's us ourselves.
Yes.
Why should, this client hire me and trust me with the biggest transaction of their lives?
Yeah.
Like, what makes me different? Because if I can sell them on myself, the house is the easy part.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think that's where I am the marketing.
Okay.
I am the brand.
Yeah.
And everything that I do, the way that I walk, the way that I talk, it is a true reflection of that.
That's true. It took me a minute to realize that because, before real estate, I had some experiences in like the food industry and, retail and all that stuff. So I was already kind of like dealing with people, right? So I'm like used to like interacting with people and, just like, trying to get a sale or, do whatever I got to do in those jobs. And that kind of helped me translate to over here too, right? Because you're literally meeting people all day long, right?
All day.
But I think like it felt like it sounds like it's a perfect fit for you because you already knew that you wanted to work with something where you can help people, right?
Definitely.
And it just felt like you weren't getting that that accomplishing that goal within your first gig, but you feel like you're doing that really well here now?
No, for sure, Sunny. I can go home and I can lay my head down to rest in knowing that I genuinely helped someone. You know, I was a part of someone's next, their next journey in life, their next season in life. And like, how humbling is that?
Super, right?
Like when you really take a step back and you look at the bigger picture, it's like for example, like I have helped clientele that are just moving to the States for the first time.
Yeah.
It's like I got to be a part of that. Like I got to help them, and that just like gives me goosebumps like thinking about it. But that's just what makes it so fulfilling, so special, and just gives me, the peace of mind that I'm exactly where I need to be.
That's awesome. I love your purpose. It's so purposeful. That's awesome. I really appreciate that, Jazz. Just kind of switching gears now, right? Talking a little bit about brokerages. Where were you kind of before? We don't have to name any names or anything like that, but how did you end up finding about Power as well?
Great question, Sunny. So I found out about Power through someone, and he said, you have to come meet, like my homie is a team lead at this brokerage, you have to come meet. And I walked in here, I remember, I'm actually about to hit my 1-year anniversary.
At your previous?
No, here.
Oh, here, okay, yeah.
And then, so...
Oh, with your boyfriend, I'm sorry. Your boyfriend, you have 1 year, okay. I thought like 1 year at a brokerage or something like that.
No, 1 year here.
Oh, okay, keep going.
1 year here at Power Real Estate Group. And I just remember walking in here on a Saturday, and I don't make decisions in haste. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go in there, talk to some people. I'm very big on energy.
Yes.
And because I want to find my tribe.
Yeah.
Because I'm low by default. So once I find my tribe, I want to be there. I'm thinking longevity. I'm not thinking, okay, do 3 months here, 6 months there. Like, I'm not a brokerage hopper. Okay?
Yeah.
But prior to being here, Sunny, like you said, we don't have to name brokerages, but I think that just kind of feeling lost, not having the proper guidance.
Yeah.
So I'm in my fifth year of real estate now. The first 3 years, I was a solo agent.
Okay.
Doing like 2 to 3 transactions a year, kind of like your typical agent, right?
Yeah.
Nowhere top producing, nothing sustainable.
There's no really that team, family environment even within the brokerage, right?
No. So I don't even know how I got those 2-3 transactions per year. I think I just kind of like stumbled across them, but I was working on the wrong things.
Yes.
So I would feel tired and exhausted because I, invested and expended all this energy, but into what? I didn't have anything to show for it. So, and that's where it comes in, not having the proper guidance, not having the proper leadership in place, how we do here now. Like I tell people, this team here at Power Real Estate Group, it has broken me and put me back together all at the same time.
That's beautiful.
And my team lead goes, Jazz, that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my goodness, because since I've been here, I have been so out of my comfort zone. And that's why I am where I am now.
I love that.
I had to get out of my own, comfort zone. I had to get out of my own head to now be at this level of growth.
That's amazing.
So the wrong environment, the wrong team, the wrong brokerage, it can set you back.
Yeah.
And then being loyal by default, that's why it took me so long to cut, cut that relationship off and then move on to something where I knew that I needed for my business.
Yeah, I think like the people who come in here and they know it's not a sprint, right? It's really a marathon. Yes. I feel like those people do really, really well. Delayed gratification, right? In a way too. For me, what I really loved about coming here, it kind of reminds me of low-key being in a fraternity. Because in college, I've came from that kind of environment, right? Growing up playing sports, you talk about that family, the unity.
Exactly.
So, even in a fraternity, I have to rush for new guys. So that's sales, right? I tabled around campus to get why freshmen and, underclassmen should join our fraternity compared to others. All those kind of stuff. So it's very similar in that way, right? And like kind of that hierarchy again. So when I came here, I was like, okay, yeah, I feel like this is a great fit for me. Just the people, a lot of people here, same mindset as you said. We're all trying to grow. We're kind of like digging deeper, right, into our goals, into our processes, all that kind of stuff. and I'm just super happy to see how we've progressed over the years, right?
Yes.
I think we've been working together, well, like in the same office together for like what, maybe almost 2 years now.
No,
Or
because I'm just about to hit my year.
Oh, you're about to hit
the past year.
Yeah, you've been here a lot. I feel like you've been here a lot longer. That's why. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
It feels like it. I think just real estate in general makes me feel like you've been doing it for so long.
Yes. And which kind of brings me on to my next question. I always like to ask. I'll give you my honest first thoughts of you when you first came to the office, but you gotta do the same for me, okay?
Okay.
All right. So honestly, when you first came in, I didn't know much about you, right? And let's be honest, Jaz, we didn't really fuck with each other in the beginning. I literally saw you. I was like, man, she looked kind of stuck up.
Oh, not stuck up.
She always be like, in the fucking role plays or whatever. She's like, okay, like it's my turn now, like really stepping up. I was like, okay, all right. But I think like over your year here and just interacting with you more, I find that you're a very genuine, hardworking person. Obviously, you kind of describe your growth and your journey so far. So I'm very happy you're on my team, Jaz.
Oh, thank you, Sunny. I genuinely appreciate your kind words. And it's true, we haven't really cultivated a relationship. But okay, first impressions of you. I was like, damn, this guy is tatted. Because he has a serious leg piece. I know we can't see it now, but on the days he'd be wearing shorts.
That's hella funny.
But you're always positive. You're always in a good mood. You're always very lighthearted.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen you, Sunny, having a bad day.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And I know we be going through it internally.
Yeah, we be going through it.
But it has never showed on your face.
Thank you. I think just kind of reflects of the team culture and environment,
yes,
right? It's just so fun to be here. I obviously want to be here. Every day do my work here, right? Not get distracted at home, all those kind of stuff.
Definitely.
So that's amazing.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Jaz.
Of course.
Awesome. So let's get into more of the tactical stuff now, right? With kind of your real estate practice and business. You and me, we're kind of same where we're bilinguals, some of the office. Uniquely too, I speak Vietnamese. I think you speak a language that not a lot of people in this office speak to, right? Punjabi.
Correct. Yes.
What do you feel the Punjabi community is like here? What they're looking for in a realtor, and how would you say you speaking Punjabi and your level of service differentiate sets you apart?
Great question. So I believe that being able to speak the mother language.
Yes.
Speak the mother language, it allows a different level of intimacy with the clients, right? A different level of relation. Whether, so I was born in Punjab.
Oh, nice, okay.
Yeah, and I moved to the States with my mother when I was 1. So whether someone has been here for 20-something years or if someone just came from the States, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Because the connection level is the same.
Yeah.
Right? So I think when you're working with someone of your own kind or someone who speaks the same language, you're really looking for that genuine guidance. You're looking for someone to not BS you. Tell me on the real, if this is a good deal or not, or what it's going to cost, or what the down payment looks like, or what the process is. So I think, and the level of trust.
Yes.
The trust. I think something just about relating on culture and your roots.
Exactly. Talking about where you came from.
Talking about the roots. We could talk about, where in Punjab are you from? What village?
Yeah,
what village,
exactly. Right. What city you
or
from?
Here, what Gurdwara do you go to? What temple do you go to? So it's just talking about those things that I think just organically solidifies the relationship with the client.
100%. For me, it's always the food, right?
Yeah.
What restaurants be going to?
Right,
Exactly. What's the new pho spot in town, right? Kind of thing like that. And it's what's your favorite pho spot? That tells you a lot about the person too. What kind of pho they eat or something like that.
Now you're judging them off of what pho.
Imagine it. That's great.
Oh my god.
So I will say one thing though that I struggle with, being bilingual in Vietnamese, is obviously all the training here we do, all the concept, all the abstract, we think in English, right?
Of
and
course.
To translate that to another language, and finding the words right to say certain words. You know what I
Sunny,
mean?
I'm so glad you mentioned that because there are certain things
Yeah.
that I cannot translate. And
Yeah.
it's not that I can't find the words for them, it's more so the concept.
The concept,
The
yep.
concept, the strategy. How to explain that to you. How to explain that
Yeah.
interest rates don't matter.
Yes.
You know, that you should buy when the payment's, you know, comfortable and affordable to you. So there are certain, like I said, it's not words. It's just the concept and strategies when it relates to business.
Yeah, and I think it's a ongoing process for me right now too, right?
Yeah.
But I think like once we nail that, I mean, we're just exposing ourselves to another niche, right?
Another niche and an asset.
Yep.
Just being able to communicate on that level, like you are, you know, an asset to them and that clientele overall.
Awesome. So kind of following up on that question, what do you think clients in today's market, right? Of course, we're in a lot of change now, very unusual market. What do you think clients are looking for in a professional?
That's a great question. Value. Value. And I say that because we can all provide facts and statistics.
Yeah.
You know, if a client walks in here right now and they ask, you know, what are the rates today or what's the average price in the area, we can both provide that information.
Yeah.
But what differentiates you and I? What skill set? You know, your ability to connect, to be intimate with the client. And I think people are really looking for guidance.
Yes.
There's so much misinformation out there, like on Google, all these blogs and articles and all these YouTube videos with these like finance gurus about how this is going to happen and that's going to happen. But the professionals who do this full time, day in and day out, who are in the trenches, like you and I, like we really do this.
Yep.
You know, this is not some part time gig where we pop in and pop out. So I think just being that professional guidance and providing value, something that's going to differentiate you. Because like I said, anyone can spill facts and numbers, but it's like, what can you do for the client?
Yeah. For me, on top of value, just to add on, is I think also on authenticity, right?
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I used to, not gonna lie, I used to not really talk about, you know, how old I am or how many years of experience I have. I wasn't really embracing that fact, right? But now I feel like, because I'm getting a lot of opportunities to sit in front of sellers, and a large part of it is asking for the job, right? That's straight up. You know, I'm Sunny Mai, 24, been in this game 4 years, you know? For me, I know I can do a really good job on your property based on, you know, our knowledge, process, and results, right?
There you go.
So that is why you should work with me, yada yada, you know.
Right.
And I think it's been working out well so far.
No, you are doing amazing. You are killing it, absolutely. And we know, like, the listings is the name of the game in this business.
Yeah.
He who holds the listings will, you know, have a fruitful business and career. So keep on it.
But I think also working buyers, right, now in that changing kind of environment. Really articulating your value as a buyer's agent too.
For sure.
I think like those people will get paid a lot as well. And I just see like the newer people who come in who didn't kind of go through the market that we went through, right? So this is just normal for them, right? Everything they do is so normal. Asking for our BRBC is just part of the process, you know, for them. So they don't have that kind of like mental roadblocks. Maybe some of us do have to, you know, kind of get over that hump. But that's just amazing to see, you know?
Yeah. And speaking of BRBCs, because you said you've been doing this 4 years, you remember the PEDS?
Yes.
So
during
that's
COVID.
what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have this document signed and fully executed before you can enter a property.
Exactly.
And like, what did we do? Did we all freak out and stop doing real estate? No. We had to learn how to pivot. Pivot and, you know, assimilate with what the current trends were in the market. And that's exactly what we did.
Exactly. And speaking on the market, you know, what are you kind of seeing out there today? You know, buyers and sellers. You know, obviously we're heading into that summer season now. What do you think? How do you think the market's going to be?
The market, I mean, we're in California.
Yep.
The market is hot. The market is hot. I feel like we've been singing the same song as realtors for the past few years now with like low inventory. I read an article recently that said like America, like as a country, is behind 4 million houses.
Yes.
In addition, you know, like 4 million houses need to be built for us to maintain a 6-month level inventory supply, which would be considered normal, right? But I think that those who truly need to purchase, you know, there's some life-changing event. You know, people are relocating, because when I think about to all the clients that I've helped this year, it's been something life-changing. Yeah. Right? Someone's growing a family, so now they need a bigger space, or, you know, unfortunately, like death in the family, moving out of state, things like that. So I think really being able to help those people because the opportunities are still out there.
They are.
Homes
are sold every day?
Homes are, and we sell a home how often?
It's like, I think it's like one every like 10, 13 minutes or something like that.
9
Crazy.
minutes.
9 minutes?
Yeah.
I remember it was something like that.
So that's what we do here at Power. But yeah, so I think the opportunity is still out there, and we just need to find those people and service them. And like you said, provide the guidance, provide the value, and just be 100% authentic and keep their best interests at heart.
That's awesome. You really are the market expert, huh, Jaz? What's your primary area that you like to work? Do you have like a preferred area or?
So not really. I've had in my Instagram bio for the longest time wherever my client needs me to be, and I truly do embrace that because I've shown properties in Bel Air.
Yeah.
I've sold properties in Hollywood Hills. I've sold a property in the mountains. I've sold properties in San Bernardino. I'm not going to turn someone down from receiving, amazing service just because of where the pin is in the map.
Yeah. Right?
We go wherever the opportunity is.
I love that.
Yes.
Like, awesome. Well, lastly, do you have any tips or advice for new agents that are potentially looking to make a move in brokerage or newer agents coming into Power?
I think for just anyone who's maybe entertaining the idea in general of getting into real estate, I do not discourage anyone from getting their license, Sunny, but let me tell you, I certainly do not sugarcoat. I don't sugarcoat what this industry is and what it takes to be a successful agent. Throughout my journey, over the past 5 years, I've had several friends, keep up with me on Instagram and say, hey, Jaz, like, I'm interested in getting into real estate. And I'm like, girl, let me tell you. So I will be very transparent about what it takes to succeed in this business. It's not like what you see on Selling OC or Selling Sunset, whatever the case may be. It takes a lot of hard work. You have to be very comfortable with rejection.
Yep.
Have to have thick skin. Have to be comfortable asking for the job, asking for opportunities. And you have to have grit.
Resilience, grit.
And some of these things, they cannot be taught.
Yeah.
Right? We can be taught how to run a CMA or how to show a property, but there's just certain qualities. They can be nurtured and grown, but there are certain qualities that must be completely checked off before you decide to entertain a career in real estate.
Exactly. Just like any entrepreneurship, business owner, endeavor, right?
Make sure you want to do it. Make sure it's exactly what you want to get into.
And give yourself enough time.
Give yourself enough time.
3-6 months and you're in brokerage offer, you never really gave yourself a chance to see if it worked or not, right?
It took me a whole year to close my first deal, and I have no shame in saying that because everyone's timeline and journey is different.
Exactly.
I can't compare my chapter 1 to someone's chapter 10.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
right? Because then I'm not doing myself justice. And a lot of time, the breakthrough is right before we get up. Before, when things are getting really tough and we're about to give up, that's the breakthrough is on the other side of that.
Yeah.
So you could have missed your breakthrough and, your whole big moment and everything when your career takes off had you just held on a little bit longer.
Yep, exactly. I love that.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Jaz.
Thank you, Sunny.
Any closing thoughts or, questions?
No, I just, I thank you for the opportunity for being here and power up.
Let's go, power up. This was so fun. Thank you so much, guys. We should do it again.